We've already shown you how people in various countries live, including the rich kids of South Korea and Iran. But for the rich kids of Japan, their affluent lifestyle might surprise you. When it comes to displaying their wealth, they're not always as flashy as some of the other kids in other regions of the world, but they still have more money than they know what to do with. Just wait until you hear about the annual ritual these wealthy kids take part in. It includes bathing in wine. Stay tuned because you won't want to miss it. If this is your first time visiting our channel, don't forget to subscribe and please give this video a big thumbs up. Today we'll be taking a look inside the lives of the rich kids of Japan. When it comes to the rich kids of Japan, they don't all live the same luxurious cookie-cutter lifestyle. Some of them still live with their parents long after they graduate from college. Their family homes are often located in regular neighborhoods, so it's not uncommon for a rich kid to live right next door to a middle-class family. For those who want to show off how much cash they have, they move out of their parents' pads as soon as they can, and they head straight to the glitzy and really expensive neighborhoods all throughout the country. For the kids who are really flashy and obnoxious about their wealth, there are even more rich kids who prefer a more low-key lifestyle. They tend to respect Japan's tradition of blending in with the crowd. This means it's sometimes hard to differentiate between what a rich Japanese kid looks like and what the rest of the country's kids look like. Even though you might not see a lot of rich kids throwing money all around and making it rain in nightclubs, it doesn't change the fact that this country is overflowing with wealthy people. Did you know that Japan has way more millionaires than China and Germany put together? Yep, it's true. To be considered wealthy in Japan, you need to have a yearly income that's over 265,000 American dollars and assets that are up to over 899,000 American dollars. At the time of this video, 1% of the Japanese population fits these requirements. These kids who are the offspring of wealthy parents love to spend their parents' cash on concerts, sports cars, expensive jewelry, and luxury vacations. But before they can really enjoy the real fruits of their parents' labor, they have to hit the books. Education is very important to the Japanese. That's why many parents don't think twice about shipping their rich kids off to super expensive boarding schools. One school that's a favorite among the Japanese elite is Institut La Rosey in Switzerland. The school only has 420 students in total, and the yearly tuition is more than most prestigious universities across the globe. Japanese parents can expect to pay between 26,000 to 89,000 American dollars per year. When their school days are over, some of these wealthy kids like to follow in their parents' footsteps when it comes to choosing a career. They go on the hunt for really good jobs, or they enter into one of the most lucrative job fields, the real estate market. Negotiating the sales of expensive homes in Japan's luxury neighborhoods helps these rich kids increase their family's fortune. They want to make sure there will be more cash available for future generations. But not all of the rich kids of Japan are this ambitious and focused on making money for the future. There's a group of kids who don't have much energy, so they prefer to live off their parents instead. The older generation calls them freeders, which pretty much translates to slackers in English. They're typically under the age of 35 and they don't have full-time jobs. They live a carefree lifestyle thanks to their parents' wealth. They are looked down upon because, although they have no desire to hold a stable job, they're still pampered, spoiled, and treated like little princes and princesses by their parents. Freeders are just a small portion of the population. The majority of rich kids in Japan work hard and play even harder. They love to pack their designer clothes inside of their expensive Louis Vuitton luggage and head out on an adventure. One of the coolest ways for them to get up close and personal with all their country has to offer is by train. Since they tend to vacation domestically, the train is the perfect way for rich Japanese kids to get away. It helps them detach from their everyday lives and really behold the beautiful scenery of their country. This luxury train fits only 34 passengers, and those who board it are in for a treat. It has ceilings and walls that looks like a glass honeycomb. It also features food prepared by top-notch chefs and a lounge where they can sit back, unwind, and listen to the in-house pianist. Tickets for a 3-night trip can be as high as $8,400. But do you think that stops these rich kids from booking their vacation? Not a chance. Back in July 2017, the train was already booked almost a year in advance. After their trip on the luxury train, these rich kids head back home to enjoy their lavish lifestyles. For those who live with their parents in fancy digs, they might go home to a custom-built house just like this one. This home was built in one of the most exclusive neighborhoods called Hirafu Village. The mansion provides breathtaking views of the mountains from its floor-to-ceiling windows. With 5 bedrooms and 4 full bathrooms, this beautiful Japanese home has a price tag that will shock you. Can you believe it costs 6.7 million American dollars? Now that's what we call living in the lap of luxury. Another really posh residential district is Azabu, located in Tokyo. This is where all the rich kids live, play, and spend their parents' cold hard cash. This area is known as the playground for celebrities, diplomats, and Tokyo's elite citizens. Renting a 1-bedroom apartment in one of of this district's luxury apartment buildings can easily cost a rich kid $8,500 a month. If you think the rent is high enough, just wait until you hear how much it costs for these rich kids to furnish their apartments. It's not unusual for them to spend up to $35,000 on couches, tables, beds, and other furnishings. When these rich kids aren't chilling in their fancy pads, they're hitting up all the cool hotspots that are available in these luxury districts. There's no shortage of expensive restaurants, bars, and cafes where they can spend their money and live their lives without a care in the world. For the real big spenders, they're traveling to the district of Ginza with rolls of cash in their hands. They have their pick of fancy stores to choose from, including Louis Vuitton, Gucci, and luxury car dealerships. When they hit up these stores, it's not uncommon for them to make a request to have everything they want custom made, and they never complain when it's time to pay up. It's also common for these rich kids to buy a custom-made Rolls-Royce automobile from the car dealership. They can easily hand over up to $390,000 to drive the car right off the lot. One rich kid even asked for their car to be all decked out with a refrigerator and a television set. This brought their car's price tag to a whopping $550,000. That's more than most houses cost across the globe. For these rich kids, the quirkier their purchases are, the better, which makes Ginza the perfect place for them to flaunt their wealth without being criticized. This is the place people go when they want to be seen. For the rich kids who make an income of their own, they've learned there's nothing out there that money can't buy. Japanese women are hitting the workforce and making hefty salaries at their jobs, and they love to spend all their cash at a place called a host club. Many of these clubs, which are located in red light districts, are lined with chrome and mirrors. The lights are dimmed and the DJs play the hottest tunes all night long. Once inside, these rich kids pay thousands of dollars to be pampered by attractive Japanese men. One customer in her 20s admitted she paid $10,000 a month to a club. She did so just to have attention from the club's beautiful, perfectly groomed and androgynous male hosts. The men would simply sweet talk and flirt with her, and she would throw her cash at them in return. These rich girls are frustrated with the dating scene in Japan, so going to a host club is the next best thing. Aside from showering the men with money, they've also been known to spoil the club's host. They do so by purchasing really expensive gifts such as Porsches, diamond watches, and luxury apartments for them. Believe it or not, these types of clubs are a $10 billion industry in Japan. And do you think these rich Japanese women care about spending a few $1,000s just to have a conversation with a cute guy? Nope, not at all. When they're not traveling or spending their cash in Japan's luxury clubs, these rich kids are spending their money in other ways. Beaujolais Nouveau is a red wine that's made in the heart of France. Every third Thursday of each November, the rich kids of Japan celebrate the wine's release by taking part in a sacred tradition. After the wine is air freighted to Japan, wealthy kids of the legal drinking age book the most expensive rooms and hotels around the city of Narita. One of their favorites is the 4-star accommodation called Hotel Nikko Narita. They then travel to the center of the city to a glam bathhouse where they actually bathe in the wine. These wealthy wine lovers jump into small pools that are filled with 13,000 liters of water and 9 liters of wine. After bathing in the wine, the rich kids need to fill up their tummies with some of the tastiest and most expensive cuisines Japan has to offer. One of the country's most popular restaurants is a sushi spot in Tokyo called Sukiyabashi Jiro. The restaurant is located in the basement of an office building and it looks pretty modest from the inside, but there is nothing modest about its prices. The restaurant's master chef offers a tasting menu of 20 courses worth of food that costs rich kids just under $300. With freshly prepared fish on the menu and delicious sushi, rich kids don't think twice about spending a fortune on one meal. That's especially true if it means they might run into a celebrity while they're there. David Beckham, Drew Barrymore, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and former US President Barack Obama have all been customers at this restaurant, and judging by their photographs, it looks like they really enjoyed their expensive meal. We hope you learned a lot about the rich kids of Japan, from the flashy kids who love to brag about their wealth to the modest rich kids who blend in with the rest of the population. That brings us to the end of our video. Did you enjoy seeing how the rich kids of Japan live? If so, leave us a comment and let us know which part of their expensive lifestyle shocked you the most. The most original reply might get pinned to the top of the comment section. Be sure to subscribe so you can be notified when we upload a brand new video. See you next time!